Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Thursday, March 10th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is a general read for the day for all 12 signs of the collective. So simply take what resonates and do not stress over what doesn't. As I say that every single time I'm being pushed to say. Anyways, as well, thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. It more than helps as this channel grows by the day. We're going to begin by pulling a beginning oracle from the Sacred Light Oracle deck, okay? Oh, the overall message, as I'm skipping over that part, the overall message I channeled from Spirit for this upcoming Thursday, this is fantastic. This is fantastic, okay? Let's pull this oracle for this upcoming Thursday for my beautiful collective. We've got light activation, okay? Potentially a slight underlying focus on your past life for one reason or another, or what you've been through up until this point. But evolution of spirit, actioning of plans, transcendence. There's going to be a very peaceful vibe about this Thursday. You can see this imagery. For some of you, it's a much needed chance to relax, to heal, to simplify one's mind, right? To come to terms with how to get to a specific destination or to the completion of a goal or multiple. I feel as if there will be a significance with animals for one reason or another. Bear with me as something falls over. Don't be startled by the spiritual activity throughout this day, as I do feel like it's a very spiritual Thursday. But there's also just something about you being backed up, being guided throughout this peaceful, calming kind of day is what I'm getting. Allow yourself to meditate, or if you lost that routine, or just, started to lose doing meditation every day, interesting, horribly wording, it's a day they're recommending to get back to it, okay? However you wish to go about that. Anyways, I just feel like there is an activation within as to how to successfully get to where you need to be, okay? They're saying you're on a roll. Alrighty. I do feel like in a very calm manner, you're accomplishing a lot throughout this day, okay? We're going to pull one tarot for each quarter from the Modern Witch deck. Bear with me. Modern Witch deck. To continue for Thursday, one for each quarter. Okay. They're saying a bit of an emotional start. Alrighty, so we're beginning the day and the first quarter in the spread with the Three of Swords. I do feel like there is an underlying focus on what you want to achieve and how confident you feel about getting to that, okay? Successfully achieving what you have on your mind or are thinking about very thoroughly these days, okay? Especially throughout this day. Feeling a bit blinded to how that's meant to move forward, wanting to or prepared to defend a change you want to implement moving forward, okay? But being told that throughout the day that it's so doable as long as you so 1000% believe it's meant for you, okay? This change is going to vary from case to case, from beautiful soul to beautiful soul, but you apply it to your life, what you truly desire at this time. And I feel as if you're going to be reminded to sit back in your throne and manifest it as you're thinking thoroughly about your money, how much you have to save, what you need in order to make this come to be, to give birth to what will emotionally fulfill you. Taking on a very sort of motherly, feminine vibe throughout this day, even if you're more in the masculine usually. And I feel as if it's partially because we begin the day. They're saying do what's right for you with the Eight of Cups. Communication coming in left and right from Spirit throughout the day. However you're used to it. For some of you, some new kinds of communication. But being more so in your feminine sort of emotional energy, being more in touch with that emotional side, because you wake up with the Three of Swords, right? Feeling a bit emotional, a bit broken, excuse me. Feeling as if they're saying the weather might not be helping, as I do feel drawn to the raindrops here in the back. It doesn't have to be rain. They're saying it could be cold weather, but Either way, it just feels as if the weather is either adjusting your mood or your dreams weren't pleasant. You may have been reminded in the previous day or at the very beginning of this day of a past experience that was a bit disheartening or just disappointing. Don't let it get the best of you. Okay, it's a day where you're reminded that things are going to move in the right direction for you. You accomplished something recently, whether it was a landmark, whether it was a new job and a new connection, right, or a new level of connection with somebody. It could be multiple things for some of you, excuse me. And I feel as if they're going to push you to focus on that rather than what you went through or why you're feeling certain levels of emotion. Allow for the positives that you've experienced recently to heal what you've been through in a negative sense or what you can't help but focus on just slightly. And do not, whatever you do, move forward and allow for those negatives you've been through, the disappointments, if you will, to affect the positive outcome of a certain connection, of several connections for some of you, for the outcome of a move of residence or whatever change, a new job for some of you. Again, it could be multiple things. It just feels like it's the day that's preparation for what seems like a lot of fantastic results on the horizon, okay? And we have the Hierophant coming out in reverse. Why can't I change this now? Because it's not meant to be. You make your way to wrap up the first half of the day or just through the second quarter, and it just feels like we're each maybe a little bit stubborn to a certain extent. Give yourself some credit. You have been going through a lot or just potentially a bit depleted or tired, but it's as if you want something so badly but want it sooner or want it by a certain point, recognizing you need to be pushed by spirit in your own way, in their own way, that you will have to accept divine timing, okay? When something's meant to change, when something's meant to be implemented or come to fruition in your external reality, it will, period, okay? And they don't, fine, they mean to come off a bit stern. I don't like that I have to be that individual that communicates that to you, but it is what it is. Don't kill the messenger, okay? Bear with me as I struggle. I feel as if we're going to clarify this one further, but it's just you being pushed to recognize what's not meant for you in the midst of planning for, prepping for this change, this big step in the right direction that you desire, right? I feel as if there's a lot to learn about oneself, what you desire, what is not meant for you, what's not healthy for you, right? Potentially certain reflections on the past that are helpful, even if they cause a bit of emotion all the meanwhile, all of which needs to take place, or some of which, before this change, okay? But we have the Ace of Pentacles, and a lot of you, it's something to invest in financially, or it just is what Spirit's saying. Something to invest in financially, or it could be a change in your career. But for the majority of us, it feels like something to put our money towards, to improve our lifestyle, our life in general, or just to see things come to be in the way they're meant to, okay? They're saying to be happy, all right? But don't expect the worst, as there is a chance to, all right? Especially following the Three of Swords part of the day. But we begin the second half of the day in the third quarter with the Nine of Swords in reverse. I just heard the stress just slips away. The stress just slips away. It's this day that is healing and informing and relaxing in the best way possible. They're saying in a fantastic way, allowing yourself to recognize that with the second Two of Swords coming out, you're not going to figure it all out, right? Or you won't know everything that's about to transpire. You won't have all of the answers as to how this change is going to end up in the future, right? Even if you're psychic or intuitive, even if your guides inform you of a lot, you're not going to be able to perfect everything before that change comes, or even force when it's meant to happen. I need to just go with the flow and therefore experience a lot less stress due to that adjustment in perspective and approach, okay? It just feels like being aligned with the Three of Swords, or they're asking me to clarify in between. The Wheel of Fortune, you're being reminded, yeah, you experienced some heartbreak. Yeah, there's been some disappointment. Sure, that's life, right? You wouldn't be able to fully appreciate the positives, the successes, or at least as much if you didn't have those slip-ups or difficulties or fails, okay? Or they're saying, or even the dumbasses that treated you wrong. But it just feels like you're being pushed to recognize that the wheel's turning for you this time. Even if for a lot of you, it's just simply behind the scenes, spiritually planning for you, getting things aligned, pushing people, places, and situations slowly but surely into your vision along your path. They literally just showed a hand, or two hands rather, pushing somebody forcefully onto a path as I was walking down it. Anyways, them just saying in their own forceful kind of way, your world's changing and we're trying to give you people, places, and situations when the time is right to better align you, to help you see what you wish come to be. But don't be disheartened when certain forewarnings do come in, naturally with the reading from the day before, or just helpful pieces of advice to give you some learning lessons, if you will. It feels like you can't emotionally fulfill oneself by going after what it is for you just yet, or there's somebody that hasn't come in for you just yet. But don't let it get the best of you, because at the end of the day, it's meant to be a day where you release that level of stress and emotion and heal oneself all the meanwhile, because you simply deserve it, because I feel like you've been through a lot. Okay? But we finish up the day with the King of Swords. I did just get a little bit emotional for whatever reason. Okay? So those emotions could seep back in towards the end of the day, but you're feeling quite confident in this fourth quarter for whatever reason. Feeling as if you're being pushed to recognize or reflect on your transformation, or even three significant people in your life and their individual transformation. Being pushed to understand with the King of Swords, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have everything you need within you, knowledge bank-wise, experience-wise, to move towards this successfully. This change for you, this being in line with the Hierophant in reverse, this investment or this new career opportunity, and to just make it happen, right? Take the necessary steps, but believe it's going to actually transpire, because that's manifesting at its finest, all right? And you know how to do that at this point, but stressing over it once again, I reminded one specific sign in a reading recently, don't add a heaviness to that process, okay? With the King of Pentacles coming out, wow. Take a bold approach, right? Own what you want to move towards, but don't overstress it, overfocus on it, or complicate it for oneself or for the sake of making it happen, okay? Manifest all the meanwhile as it does come through for the King of Pentacles, and an underlying focus on your happiness and what needs to be completed before that can happen, or as a result of which moving down your path, okay? It's once again a day where you're healing, letting go of the stress, moving towards something in a peaceful manner, being one with that peace in the air, and realizing that this is just a fantastic day to experience a level of serenity and understand that everything you want is on the horizon, okay? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.